Hello everyone, welcome back to Clementine Creative. My name is Clementine and I'm back with another video. This week I am doing another character, again in a even more manga-ish character. This first video that you're seeing is going to be line art, so I'm going to basically try to do a pretty nice line art, at least as far as simplicity and I guess complex line art can sort of meet in the middle. I use fast strokes, but at the same time I try to get in as much detail as possible. But as you can see, this character is not that complicated. You're gonna see the full design. So the first part of this video is obviously the sketching, which is not gonna take very long. The next part is going to be the actual line art, where I go over the same lines, basically create different line variations and so on. But yeah, this was a pretty interesting character to do. I wanted to do a character with basically this giant spiked club, this medieval weapon, where the inspiration sort of came from the video game called For Honor that came out not too long ago, I think in February. There's this samurai character, samurai character named Shoguki, and basically he has this giant weapon, basically the same thing you see right here, what she's having. So that was the idea. I wanted to combine this girl with this huge weapon. That's something that's very easy to always get right, because women are by themselves are pretty sweet looking, right? And you add a big weapon or something to girls and you got a winner, and it's a very easy design to do, right? So usually we try to avoid those sort of things, but I want to get a little bit into this kind of style, especially because it improves my motivation to paint and I get more confident also. Because the next video you're gonna see is going to be on painting this character, and I think I did a pretty good job on that character. I'm very satisfied with how it turned out. But you're gonna see that in the next video. So yeah, here now you're gonna see me drop in this line work, and you can see me using the cross hatching technique to shade basically. Now that's something I love to use with my line art. It gives them this sort of depth that you otherwise don't have. Now if you were to do a manga, again depending on which type of manga you want to do, there's very different types of manga. But let's say you want to do a shonen manga, so something along the lines of Bleach or Naruto, something like that. You would want to avoid that over excessive shading. It's just not something that you see in those type of manga, because they're supposed to be very bright, right? They're more action-packed. So you want to avoid very heavy line work. While for different type of manga, like a detective, you want to use a lot of shadow to convey that moody feeling. So that's something that you learn over the years of drawing. Now if we look at American comic books, they use a lot of heavy dark shadowing, which again creates a really interesting look that I love to sometimes replicate. I don't think I drew on YouTube in that style yet, so that's maybe something I could do in the future if you would be interested. But yeah, I would be really interested in the future to do also a Q&A. Maybe if you have any kind of questions about anything, really. I really don't care what it is, whether it's business related or anything else. I would love to answer some of your questions, and maybe I basically watched this Mark Crawley video, and if you don't know Mark Crawley, he is a manga artist or a comic book artist and writer. He's got his own comic books that you can buy. Basically they're mangas, actually, if we're being more clear on that. But he also has a YouTube channel where he basically has these tutorials on how to draw manga. And I think that when I started out, I used to watch his videos all the time, and they're basically some of the fundamentals of my drawing came from him. But where I was going with this basically is I was going to do a Q&A video like he does, where he answers some of his viewers' questions and he draws while he's doing that. I think that's a pretty interesting idea. I don't think he'll mind if I copy it from him. But I think I could really answer some of your questions, on whatever it is, whatever your questions are. I'm making this way more complicated than it needs to be. So yeah, now you can already see I'm pretty far as the line art goes, and I'm very satisfied with how the upper part turned out. It's a very, very nice looking body. Something that I had a lot of trouble with in the past. I know for some people it comes a lot easier to draw certain things. I also had a lot of trouble with painting hands or drawing hands, which is still something that is quite hard, but I'm getting decent at it. Of course, if you're gonna see a shitty hand drawing of mine, you're gonna be like, well, that's bullshit. But I am getting pretty good at least visualizing how I want to draw those hands, and I don't have to like copy from the internet, which is something that I never do. I never copy anything. I just don't find any enjoyment in that. But yeah, this was the line art. Nothing special. This video is not very special at all, but I think that the second video, the painting video, will be a lot more interesting for you. But I wanted to, to return to the good old days where I uploaded a line art video separately and a painting video separately. If I do sound a little bit strange, it's because it's a very slow going day for me today. But we are closing in on the video. It's very near the end. You can see I'm now adding in just the grayscale to make certain things pop out, as I like to say. And that'll be basically the end. Now you're gonna see the drawing preview or demo of the drawing. It's so weird because it does this dot thing with the lines, so you can't really see it that very good, but it's okay. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Everything changes.
And it was pretty funny because her hair does look a lot like Sora's hair, so that was pretty interesting. But let's see how long.